Welcome, dear friends, ladies and gentlemen, to Your Mind Matters. This series, Your Mind Matters, is proudly brought to you by iproperties.com.my in partnership with the Malaysia Positive Psychology Association. This entire initiative has been carefully designed to support you, agents, agency leaders, and friends to improve your personal and professional lives during these very, very challenging times. We sincerely hope the nuggets of wisdom and tools that you learn from this session will sincerely help you overcome some difficulties, experience new tools, experience and co-create new possibilities for yourself, for your team, and for your community. Dear friends, my name is Sunil Hasmukharay. I'm the founder and president of the Malaysia Positive Psychology Association. Today, I'll be sharing with you about the appreciative team conversation. How can you manage your remote team members so that they are able to excel and continue to work at peak performance level? Dear friends, this pandemic has definitely caused a lot of difficulties and caused a lot of challenges to each and every one of you. I totally understand. Managing teams in this remote environment can be rather challenging. And some of the common challenges I'm sure that you would face are lack of motivation, lack of accountability, lack of productivity, social isolation, and distractions at home. Leading teams remotely, dear friends, can be quite challenging, especially in these times where you cannot meet people face to face. You cannot really have conversations in a group, nor in a specific office premise. Lack of motivation, no accountability, lack of productivity, social isolation, and tons of distractions at home can lead to your team members feeling very overwhelmed and very, very upset. What you want as a leader is to see results. You want to see productivity. You want to see profits. You want to see performance. And all these results actually depends on the actions. The actions that your team members and you take will drive the results. However, there's a very strong underlying foundation that determines the actions as well as affects the results. What is that? It is the beliefs. The beliefs of people will shape their actions, and their actions will shape the results. But the question is this: what shapes the beliefs? It then goes back to the real big foundation of experiences. The kind of experiences that you create as agency leaders and agents yourself, for your team, for your agency, will determine the kind of beliefs about the organization, about the industry. And that's what's going to shape their actions, which will drive results. I was very privileged to be able to fly to Florida just about 2 months before the national lockdown and the whole global pandemic took off, to spend some time with David Cooper Ryder, the founder of Appreciative Inquiry. And I'll be sharing with you on how using Appreciative Inquiry for your teams can be very, very powerful in helping you to drive their peak performance. Dear friends, Appreciative Inquiry, in very simple words, is a strength-based positive approach to leadership, team development, and organizational strength and organizational change. In Appreciative Inquiry, what we look for is possibilities, what we have, what's going well, rather than looking at what's not going well, what are the challenges, what are the weaknesses that we are having. And that makes it a very powerful process, a whole system thinking approach that will be able to drive your entire team to move forward in these challenging times. Teams and organizations use appreciative inquiry to understand the industry best practices, to develop strategic plans, to shift cultures and behaviors of teams, and more importantly, to create a forward momentum in large-scale initiatives. At this point of time, due to the pandemic, each and every one of you will need to shift the way you've been doing things and do things differently. And the best way to do it is to shift the kind of conversations you have with your agents, your peers, and your colleagues. Dear friends, you need to build trust. You need to improve team collaboration, and one of the very powerful tools is to use the appreciative team conversation technique. In this, you will want to create a climate where there's a lot of collaboration, there's a lot of co-creation, and there's a lot of positivity in the team amidst the wave of negativity, amidst the challenging times that we are in. Dear friends, very commonly in team meetings, you find that the conversations you have often revolves around issues, difficulties, challenges, and problems. What we would like to suggest you to give it a go and give it a try are a different set of questions and conversations that will help you uplift your team and really drive their energy towards being more positive. Questions like, what went well? Having a conversation around past successes, things that worked well, is the best to have now. And then go on to asking them to really discover what were the root causes for success. What were the success factors? After you have discovered the success factors, let's discuss and talk about your goals. Focus on what do you really want. And how will you notice that you have already achieved the goal? Have that clarity. And then you go on to asking, what do you need to do more, better, or differently so that you'll be able to really dive deep into action, into ideas, into possibilities that's going to help you and the team to do things more. What do I mean by more? What has been going well, continue doing more of it. Better, whatever you have been doing well, but you realize that's an opportunity to do something slightly with a change and a shift which can make it better, by all means make it better. And some things that did not work in the past, then shift, pivot, and do it differently. And finally, ask the question, who will do what by when? And by virtue of just asking about 6 questions, you can have a very, very comprehensive and a very positive team conversation. In order to manage your teams better during this challenging time, what might become very useful is to regularly have check-in schedule, set up proper rules of engagement between you and your team. Don't focus on the activity. Don't focus on the amount of work done. Just focus on the outcome. As team leads, provide the necessary resources and help your team have goal clarity. And finally, always practice empathy and have lots of flexibility for your team in these difficult times. Dear friends, remember, as team leaders, we will rise by lifting others. And what is really important is to recognize that our role as leaders is to aspire to inspire before we expire. Dear friends, I thank you very, very much for listening to this session, and I hope that you will join us and follow us on our Malaysia Positive Psychology Association's Facebook page for more insights, ideas, and tools. Thank you very much.